TGW is steamrolling on Halo Reach, continuing the classic, venerable tradition that this channel used to do years and years ago. And folks, tonight it's championship night. The championships are on the line, and you can feel the championship fever as both the Sword Tournament and the free-for-all titles are up for grabs. This is going to be a night where, of course, many people are going to be, remembering here tonight. Here at Gameside, everybody, I'm Adrian, voice of TGW, alongside with Rebel T-Time87, my broadcast colleague, and well, listen, I understand what happened last week. I finally met my end last week in TGW.
Yeah. Why are you still here? Why are you here? I mean, you lost, so why are you here?
Well, because I apologize. I understand that, listen, I made a lot of mistakes, and, well, we're back here in the Gaming Weekly, and from here on out, I promise you this is not going to be about me. It's going to be about the great TGW players. And speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, well, listen, again, I'm just going to commentate the matchup. How's that?
Just asking a question.
Okay, well, nonetheless, though, back into this matchup. Here we go. This matchup is for the Sword Tournament title on the line. The championship up for grabs. The round is over already. Steve Joe gained the lead with 2 points. Now, this is pretty interesting. Steve Joe's joining us on commentary here tonight. Of course, Steve Joe's going to be included as audio matter of moments. Steve Joe has something to say in just a couple of seconds. Steve? Yes.
Suicide lost
Correct.
the lead.
Well, we know.
That is true.
Well, yeah, Steve, we know you were the former Sword Tournament champion. However, the Gaming Weekly decided for the Halo Master Chief Collection they're going to be crowning a new champion here tonight, hence the reason why the new title will be crowned a little bit later on. So the rules are basically simple here in the Gaming Weekly Sword Tournament. Obviously, every man for themselves. It's going to be a bit slow here tonight due to the fact that the lobby isn't full, but nevertheless, the matchup will still go on. Every man for themselves with the energy sword in hand, Rebel.
Shouldn't it be like Steve should be defending his championship, opposing the creating
Well, that's
a
if it
new
was. Well, that's if it was the original Halo game, but this is the Master Chief Collection where we're crowning a new Sword Tournament champion. So this is going to be so much fun.
Tomato is a Halo game.
Okay, well, hey, listen, I'll tell you one thing. Halo is bringing so many new players as well. We, of course, saw Steve Joe a couple of years ago. Mark joining us for the first time tonight. Waters joined us a couple of weeks back. He made his debut on Rocky League. Volden, of course, opposed Shark, who is making his debut in TGW. And speaking of which now, the battle's going to continue on. Could be a 1v1 at this point in time. And oh my, a shot right into the midsection. Opposed Shark now taking the lead here in this round.
Opposed Shark, that was a good kill.
Hey, well, you know what? This person is perhaps wise beyond his years, and you never know. He might be the new Sword Tournament champion. He's at 2 points. He's actually tied with Mark at this point in time.
We might see it. Mark is making his way to... I think Mark is trying to make his way to Shark.
Well, yeah, the map is loading in right now. Mark in opposed Shark. This is going to be a great one. In opposed Shark could get the momentum on his side. We're about to find out just 3 minutes and 7 seconds and counting. If you're just joining us tonight, welcome. The Gaming Weekly is on Halo Reach. Championship fever indeed. Sword Tournament and free-for-all titles on the line. Here comes opposed Shark now, like a shark is already now with his eyes into the opponent. And Mark is perhaps stepping back a bit here, Rebel.
More like Jaws, like a shark. It's like Jaws. Jaws is one of my favorite sharks.
Indeed.
Oh,
my opposed Shark fell off there. But hey, listen, you know what? I'll tell you one thing. Opposed Shark still is, along with Mark and Steve Joe, tied here tonight. They're all tied at this point in time. So you never know. We're going to be finding out who's going to be gaining the momentum next round. But ladies and gentlemen, here tonight in TGW, at the end of the broadcast, we have a new TGW member joining us at the end. They have a huge announcement. We have no idea what that announcement will be, but nonetheless, it's a new TGW member joining us. They have a huge announcement to say.
Are they taking over for you?
I'll tell you, Rebel, we have no idea. What were you going to say?
I was saying that they're taking over for you.
No, they're not going to be taking over for me.
I mean... You lost, You have to by that.
Listen, I already apologized. I know exactly what happened. I understand that.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We're making sure of this matchup happening now. As Steve Joe's now beginning to measure his opponent. And this could be, oh my, these two now lock it up, center the entire map now, flooding blow right into the midsection. Steve Joe beginning to gain the lead, perhaps. And oh my, and it's Waters and Steve who knocked each other out. Well, this is going to be an opening as Mark continues the assault, and already with a kick right there into the abdominal area, and Mark now advancing here with 3 points. Mark's chances to become the new Sword Tournament champion is high now.
Opposed Shark is looking for an opening. He's gonna come up. I think he's gonna try and get a win out of those two.
Of course, we spoke to Opposed Shark multiple times as well. Very wise beyond his years. Perhaps his skills will be showing off tonight too. And I'll tell you, he's looking right ahead into the two opponents as this matchup is transpiring right before our very eyes. But let's not forget, in a game like this, you really need to get as many kills as possible. Could be unfair for some members who really spawned in with no opponents due to the fact that this lobby is not full.
Well, this is a stare down between Mark and his other competitor. Who's gonna get the first strike is a good question. I think Mark is gonna try to get the first strike.
Suspense beginning to build. It's now the pressure cooker here. Map is loading in. You got to keep an eye on Opposed Shark as Legend Jr. now is, it looks like Mark and Jr. attacking each other at this point in time. I think they're realizing.
It was just a
what do you think they're trying to do here?
It was basic stare down on who's going to get the first strike, and I think Mark did. And Mark did it again, and Mark got the kill.
Mark got the kill right there. Legend went down. Oh, you can actually go Shark, because Shark right now is going after it. He's really going after it, and he did it. Opposed Shark got it. He got the last man. Mark is down, but Opposed Shark needs at least one more to type the score. He's at 3 points. Opposed Shark, though, with an ease. A kill there.
Nice kill by Shark.
Well, Opposed Shark is rolling here tonight. Could be the new Sword Tournament champion. Steve Joe, a former Sword Tournament champion, joining us tonight. We understand the free-for-all title will be on the line. You know, so it's funny how you mentioned Jaws here, Rebel. Well, how apropos, how great segue, so to speak, because the Gaming Weekly confirmed earlier tonight, the Gaming Weekly will do a Jaws series on Halo. A little bit more information later on. Yep.
That was
Jaws
my
series
favorite
with
movie.
a big one.
That was my favorite movie growing up, Josh.
Yeah, I'm sure you just love Jaws, right? Eating everybody up.
Yeah, I wish you got eaten by Josh.
Thanks. So nonetheless, Steve
That's
Joe
just
93
me, by
now,
the way.
looking right into the opponent. Okay. Oh my! Did you see that shot?
I did.
Little effort already from Steve. He is the big elite here, pulling up so much weight, 7 feet tall. I'll tell you, this guy, Steve Joe, well, he might not have more health, but I'll tell you one thing, Steve Joe may have the speed advantage. Some elites are faster than humans.
These guys are waiting for the map to, you know, open up so they can get to the next opponent.
All up to Waters, Mark, and Steve already at this point in time, but I gotta tell you, despite the fact that Opposed Shark is down and out, you gotta like his chances. He's still tied up with Mark and Steve, but here we go. Waters now may have an opening at this point in time too. Waters looking right into the eyes of the Mark, the opponent Mark, I should say. Mark now back up for a second. Hey, I'll tell you what's going on here. These two are beginning to, oh, wait a minute, before I get to that, let's hold that thought, because this battle beginning to break down now. Little clubbing blow yet again right into the abdominal area. These two knocked each other out. Mark now advances to the 5th point here, but I'll tell you, Steve Joe and Opposed Shark, they're both tied here, but it's Mark who's leading the way with 5 points. Who's going to be the Sword Tournament champion, and who's going to be joining us at the end of the broadcast? A new TGW member with a huge announcement.
All that and more up next.
Suicide.
But before we do,
Lost the
we also have the
lead.
free-for-all title on the line. Let's not forget about that. So at this point in time, this is where all the TGW superstars competing here tonight can take a breather, at least for some, because Legend and Steve Joe, of course, tied up for the lead. And I believe Opposed Shark now still with 4 points, and then Steve Joe obviously with 4-2, Mark with 5. Nonetheless, this is the point where some of these TGW superstars can really take a breather here, try to reassess the situation and re-strategize, refocus, and, well, try to get the upper hand.
As I see Waters here trying to make his way, and I think he's gonna. Yes, he did. He knocked off. Who was it?
That was Lunar.
Lunar.
Lunar knocked down. You see the body get contorted over there. Body went outside. And now this is going to be a tremendous matchup again, beginning to break down. This could be the turning point as well for Waters, gaining the lead, or at least gaining the point. Still leading the way is Mark, but this is going to be an interesting predicament, and I'll tell you why. Mark is down and out, so meaning the opening that he had in this matchup is no longer open, it's rather closed. Waters is still alive. Opposed Shark is alive right now. So if Opposed is able to knock off Waters and then somehow get more points next round, he could be leading the way.
He could
He being
be
Opposed.
great, which would be pretty awesome to see that Shark is the new champion.
Tremendous way to kick off TGW, everybody. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the Sword Tournament Championship on the line. We heard from Steve Joe earlier on, claiming that he was the rightful Sword Tournament champion, but TGW did confirm that the entire championship is up for grabs yet again as we moved on to the Master Chief Collection. And the Master Chief Collection on Halo Reach and Halo 3 will now be involved in the Gaming Weekly. Imagine all the custom games we can do over there on Halo 3. All the different games, of course, so many different games, including Fat Kid, and not just that, but also Infection. Man, so many different things that they can do. And watch out now.
There's another stare down right here between Waters and...
Oh my! Waters, of course, able to knock down Shark. Shark went down and out. Opposed Shark now, of course, was gaining some momentum. I think it now transferred to Waters. So Waters has momentum at this point in time. Mark with 6 points. Steve Joe with 5-2.
Let's see who's going to get the next win.
Yeah, this matchup truly, and I mean, telling you, this is absolutely, this is the high-octane action that we expected on Sword Tournament. Like I said, a little slow in the beginning due to the fact that not a lot of people join us at the initial start point, but still, some action that we get to see throughout the match.
That's why we got a lot of these competitors here looking up to win this tournament so they can be the champion. Who is going to be that champion? We will find out.
Legend is having so much fun. Here comes Volden now continuing the pursuit, trying to look into the eyes of the opponent. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I believe across is none other than opposed Shark. You got to watch out with Shark. We talked about it. And now Steve Joe gaining another point. He's now tied with Mark. Matchup beginning to break down. Watch out now. These two. Oh, my. These two now battling it back and forth.
And you know
and opposed Shark now. Yep, there we go.
With sharks, you can't trust sharks. Like, you cannot trust sharks like Jaws.
Well, the thing with opposed Shark as well is the fact that he's gained in the lead. As you can see now, he went from 4 to 5 points. Now, if he continues the onslaught, he can reach to perhaps maybe 7 points, then at 8 points. He could be the new Sword Tournament champion after that, too. But I'll tell you one thing. Mark is taking the lead, too. Steve, Joe, and Mark battling back and forth. Question is, who's going to advance? Got to tell you, if Steve's able to knock off Mark, he'll be the man that is tied with Mark. And I think, these two just knocked each other down. Lunar is the only one alive.
Yep, I think Lunar is going to be...
Uh-oh. Well, wait a minute.
The only one that's standing still.
Well, I think Lunar does. This is going to be an easy kill, I'll tell you. You want to talk about Jaws having his meal? He's going to have a big one right here.
Here comes Jaws.
And here comes Lunar Tusk. And look at that. A clubbing blow right into the abdominal area. The carcass went flying down. And opposed Shark has gained the lead for that round. But in terms of the points value, it's Mark still winning the game.
Oh.
Match continuing on, Rebel. Who you picking? Who do you think is going to win this?
No, I'm picked right now. I'm going to pick opposed Shark right now.
Not a bad pick. Oh my, and Volden knocked down Steve Joe. So Steve Joe was one of the high threatening TGW superstars here. So now that Steve is out of the picture, it might give openings to different people like opposed and Mark as well.
That's why, and Lunar is still standing still, and Lunar just killed himself, or no, that was, yeah.
Lunar he's out of the game.
Killed himself, I guess.
Lunar is no longer with us here tonight. So, of course, the lobby getting smaller, meaning that there's going to be smaller chances of gaining more points. This is going to hurt the superstars' loot of the matchup right now. So, nonetheless, Volden now is staring down. And, you can see this matchup beginning to break down here. Let me ask you this question, Rebel. In a game like this, where obviously you need to have the eyes on the back of your head, what's the type of strategy that you have to employ to make sure that you stay at the top?
You know, you gotta be on your toes. You know, you gotta make sure you got the right angles so you can strike your opponent down.
And that's exactly what's going to be happening right now. Trying to reassess everything, trying to reevaluate, refocus right now. And it looks like Post Shark bits through at that point in time, and Volden took advantage. Huge opening right there. Post Shark, of course, clicking the RT button at the last second. It allowed Volden to gain that separation, so to speak, gain and capitalize at that moment, and strike right into the midsection as Mark now is looking on. And this could be Mark's night. Mark, who joined us in TGW tonight, could be the new Sword Tournament champion. This is going to be so much fun to watch, as these two are just mocking each other. Mark is going to have none of it. Mark says, okay, you know what, I'm going to back off for a little bit here.
Yeah, a little standing confrontation, but Mark is down.
I'll tell you,
Yeah,
it's sort of like
little,
sudden death here at this point in time in every move. XD Legend Jr., I'll tell you, you really have no idea. This is unpredictable. You have no idea who's going to win the entire game. Volden just won the game right now. He's beginning to gain some points now. He's at 5 points. Who's going to win this game? It really is unpredictable.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I still have my high hopes for Shark. I mean, he's doing amazing this far.
Post Shark may be winning tonight. We're going to find out soon. But ladies and gentlemen, the Gaming Weekly again tonight. In the end of the broadcast, we're going to be joined by a new TGW member. He's never been here before in TGW, but tonight will be making his debut. And what a way to start your debut by making a huge announcement. What do you think that announcement might be?
That TRW might return.
I'll tell you, the Rebel Weekly. You remember those days?
Yeah,
Rebel Weekly.
you know,
in fact,
that
it was.
was
And
a good
I'm
days.
actually glad you brought that back because the Gaming Weekly. This is actually the 3rd-year anniversary, the 3-year anniversary. Whenever the Gaming Weekly defeated the Rebel Weekly. That was great.
You know what? We still need to have that last match so we can defeat you guys. That's for all.
Steve. Speaking of defeating, Steve Joe defeated Mr. XD Legend. Back into this. This is going to be so much fun to watch now between two superstars who really have this game in the back pocket, so to speak. Post Shark versus Mike, and Mike went right into it.
Let me see. Water's here. We're
Steve
waiting
Joe
for
93
the
beginning to measure in.
map.
Can only
Is
imagine the
coming up in.
frustrations, Rebel, the frustrations, and of course the suspense beginning to build inside to see who will be the Sword Tournament champion. And keep in mind, there will be more championship opportunities down the road as Waters and Steve Joe just knocked each other.
Waters
I should say,
took out
Mark.
Steve.
But Mark is at 10 points now.
Yeah.
The matchup is still continuing on, meaning that there's still chances for the rest of the superstars. But if Mark continues this onslaught, he may become the champion at the end of the night. Steve Joe's not far from behind. He's at 9.
He might win it, yep. But I'm still having high hopes for Shark. I know Shark can do it.
Hey, can you imagine that for a Post Shark? First time in TGW ever, and of course becoming the Sword Tournament champion. Can you imagine on his first night he becomes champion?
That'd be awesome.
Same can go for Mark as well. But Waters, hey, Waters was the guy that ended it all last week in TGW, if you recall.
Yes. I was happy.
Waters, much respect.
I was happy for Waters. Congratulations for Waters for that big win.
Well, everybody respecting Waters for what he did last week, rather not want to talk about it. Anyways, match is happening right now.
That was a good match.
Saw Post Shark and Volden now taking each other out. Sometimes in a Sword Tournament championship matchup, or at least in a Sword Tournament game itself, sometimes that happens where, of course, the opponents take each other out at the same time, leaving the opening left for the other members like Steve Joe. But Mark is still alive. Waters as well. All 3 superstars are on their feet right now. Mark looking on. Waters advancing on pursuit, looking right into the eyes of Mark. Mark is going to go up against Waters. And I'll tell you, Waters, he could also gain the momentum. It is all about gaining pace and leverage.
So standing confrontation right here between Mark and Waters. Let's see who's gonna strike first. With Mark.
Hey, but sometimes
Mark
the isolation tactics, but it's not going to be taking place now as Waters and Mark now going at it at each other. And oh my God, taking each other out.
Knocked each other out.
Mark and Waters took each other out, but with that being said, Mark got the other score along with Waters, leaving Steve Joe behind without anybody to go against, again creating little separation and little opportunities to gain more points tonight in this matchup. I'll tell you, imagine if this game had 16 full players. It'd be crazy.
It would be packed. It would be crazy to think that all these 16 players would be up in this game. It would be chaotic, but fun.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The Gaming Weekly is still in the early stages of bringing Halo game nights. Perhaps maybe in a couple of weeks there will be more and more people joining us as the weeks follow by. TGW every single weekend, entertaining the great TGW fans in your living rooms. Here tonight for the Gaming Weekly presented the Championship Fever tonight. Let's not forget, of course, the free-for-all title will be on the line in a matter of moments, and also the announcement that a new TGW member will be joining us.
Steve is looking for a kill.
Oh.
I think Steve got it. Steve got it.
Hey, got it right there. Steve Joe delivered that club-like blow right into the back of the neck. I want to actually talk about what a Post Shark just said moments ago. Of course, I'm not quite sure if the fans can hear us, or hear a Post Shark, but he just said that sometimes it's one shot. And it's true. Sometimes this game truly is a game that allows you to hit the RT button right at the exact time to get that kill just only one shot-wise.
Yeah. It is like that sometimes. Ooh, Waters was lucky not to fall
Oh
off
my!
the ledge.
Well, the game is over, and there we go. Mark now is the new Sword Tournament champion. That is the end of the game. You see the scoreboard. It is 12 points for Mark, but hey, you gotta give credit to all these other TGW superstars. I mean, these TGW superstars went in here. They were blazing, so to speak. They were absolutely 100% focused to try to become that new champion, but it happened tonight. Congratulations to Mark with 12 points. He is now the Sword Tournament champion.
Congratulations to Mark and of course Steve and Post Shark. They all did good tonight. And
Well, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the action is not over just yet. The Gaming Weekly has one last game of the night, and that is the Free-For-All Championship, in which every man... And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Free-For-All matchup is underway. Sword Tournament title on the line earlier on. And we saw the new Sword Tournament champion crown. Who's going to be the Free-For-All champion crown as the Gaming Weekly continues tonight? I'll tell you, one of these men are going to have an early Christmas present, becoming the Free-For-All champion.
talking about Christmas presents, that is going to be the most awesome Christmas present ever, but you can't forget about Steve, because he's still Halo's champion, Sword champion.
Well, I'm not quite sure if I agree with that. We already crowned the new Sword Tournament champion.
Yeah.
That was none other than Mark, who's already now going against the Post Shark. Post Shark trying to shoot back at this point in time. And oh my, a club-like blow again, pummeling Shark at this point. Mark now gaining some lead, and this could be some leverage that he needs. Imagine a dual champion on his end. Mark could be the Sword Tournament champion and Free-For-All champion. Imagine that.
That would be something. That would be like Becky 2 belts.
Yeah, no way. Steve Joe now looking up with a shotgun right in. Oh my, knocked down Mark already. The new Sword Tournament champion going after Waters now. And Waters now already knocked down Steve Joe. Steve Joe went down to that too. Mark 101 back inside of the hallway. This is going to be one of those games as well. This is going to be fast pace here. Of course, all these TGW superstars going like 100 miles an hour here, Rebel.
Yeah, you know.
So much fast pace.
Yep. They're like Sonic the Hedgehog, you know. They want to go ahead and run around and kill each other, you know. You want to be the
I'll
fastest.
argue that they're even faster than Sonic the Hedgehog.
Even faster, yeah, like Roadrunner.
All these different superstars joining us tonight. Would love to thank all of them for joining. The Gaming Weekly presented the championship night. Can you imagine the games that they're going to be hosting next week? All the mini games.
That's gonna be.
Imagine if
fun.
championship night. Yeah, imagine if championship night was fun. Imagine all the mini games that they're going to be producing next week. Waters now realizing he's in trouble, throws a grenade already. Now throws in the blast already. Now continues the assault. Waters now with a club-like blow. Oh my! From behind though, that was none other than Steve Joe, who came in blazing and knocked down two superstars at once.
You want to talk about mini games? You want to talk about like teachers and
Who? Who?
I said mini games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh
said.
my! Did you see?
No,
Look at this.
no.
You can see the two superstars. Of course, mini games. I can't wait for it.
Yeah. What did you think I said?
Oh, I thought you said a minigun.
No.
You know, there are no miniguns in this game for the record, Rebel.
No,
there are only
I-
pistols, shotguns, and such.
I know. Thank you.
So Bolton, realizing that he is in trouble, is going to take a step back, going to take a breather, realizing that his... Uh-oh, wait a minute. Now the opponent is from behind, trying to knock down the man, but a Post Shark now was killed by Volden with a headshot.
I wish someone would slap you with. I don't know.
Listen, I know what I've been doing over the past couple of weeks, or months in this case. I get it. I understand. I lost the matchup last week in TGW. I'm hoping to move on. It's not about me anymore. Remember that. It's about the great TGW fans joining us. They're incredible, well, they're incredible
I
skills
can't get
on the
over
spotlight.
it. Like, I mean, like, it's so much that's been done.
Listen, we're not going to talk about that right here, right now. What we're going to talk about right now, though, is the fact that later on tonight, the Gaming Weekly is going to be introducing a new member. This new member has an announcement to make. We have no idea what he has in store for TGW, but we're going to be awaiting a bit later on. Again, that new member joining us in just a matter of moments. But back into the matchup, the Free-For-All Championship is on the line. Free-For-All style, of course, all members for themselves right now. A Post Shark surveying the entire arena. There's Waters with a shotgun, though, got killed with a headshot by Mark. Mark now gained the lead. Steve Joe now is tied with Volden. 12-12 now. He's looking to become the Free-For-All champion. The Big Brute Elite continues the assault. Volden now shooting against Steve. Steve now gains the lead. 13 points here.
You know, Steve, the former Halo champion, he's awesome. He's amazing in these Halo games. You gotta be,
I'll tell you.
you gotta be careful about him.
Well, yeah, Steve Joe is awesome, but I'll tell you, all these great TGW superstars are awesome. I mean, all these great members joining us tonight. Of course, the likes of Waters, a legend of Post Shark, Mark Volden, the list goes on. They're all doing tremendous thus far here tonight.
I was just gonna say, Shark has been outstanding tonight as well. He's on Jaws level.
He's a great asset.
He's on Jaws level.
Golden out, knocked down. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, Jaws going to be coming up soon as well. Couple of weeks away. Steve Joe now knocking down Mark, the new Sir Tournament champion. Steve Joe is gaining the lead with 18 points, folks. The first man to reach up to 20 points, by the way, will be the new free-for-all champion. Steve Joe couldn't be the Sword Tournament champion. Perhaps maybe he's going to be the free-for-all. And now this could be it right now. And there you see Steve Joe getting killed. I should say, I believe that was XD, but nonetheless, Steve Joe's still on his feet with 19 points now. 5 minutes remaining, but he needs one more point. Steve Joe just needs one more point to win it. Is he going to have the last point? I think he's going to go against you, Robo, to get the last. There we go. He got the final point. He got 20 points. Steve Joe's the new free-for-all champion.
Congratulations, Steve. You deserve it, brother.
Well, can you imagine that? Steve Joe, he was a former Sword Tournament champion. He went in here thinking he was still going to be the Sword Tournament champion, realizing that the championship was held at abeyance, and now he didn't win it, the Sword Tournament championship that is, only to win the free-for-all title.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
What a
he
night.
thought he was going to defend his Sword Tournament champion. He lost some, he gained some.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what an absolutely incredible evening it was. We crowned 2 new champions. Congratulations to Mark, the new Sword Tournament champion, and congratulations to Steve Joe, a former Sword Tournament champion, now known as the free-for-all champion.
Yeah.
Well, folks, there's one last thing. Over the past couple of segments, we've been talking about this. Of course, a new TGW member has joined us in the community. Well, the question is, what does he have in store for us? Well, we're about to find out right now. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the newest TGW acquisition, Master Ugowe, who has an announcement to say right now. Welcome, Master.
Oh my god. Adrian, Matt, shut up. What a dork job you did. I'll take it from here, Adrian, alright? Anyways, I wanted to join for one reason and one reason only. Knowing that Halo came back just a few weeks ago, I'm really excited to announce this. I'm now going to bring in my clan a part of the Halo franchise. You see, we aren't afraid of anything, and next week, we'll have more to come.
Uh-oh.
Oh my, wait a minute. Rebel, he just said that he's going to be bringing Halo clans now involved.
I mean, I'm interested. I mean, I'm all for it. Let's go.
Well, can you imagine?
This
The gaming week.
gonna happen on the Halo Weekly. That's right, because see, I mentioned it before. The Halo is here, so let's bring it back to the Halo Weekly. Let's do it.
Well, nonetheless, championships and galore all over tonight with that huge bombshell at the end of the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, clans may be coming back in TGW on Halo, which begs the question, what's next?